I was gonna say Facebook. Hey guys, it's Hadrian here. Um, Back again with a little DIY tutorial for you. Sorry it's such a mess. I literally just filmed another video in the middle of filming this video. And oh my god, it's super hot here in California. I don't know how it is for all you guys, but like literally it was like 60 degrees, like 70 degrees in the middle of like the beginning of the weekend, and then now it's like 80 going on 90, and like it's so hot. I'm melting. But it's giving me a nice sweaty glow, I guess. I don't even know that is. Okay, back to topic. So, today I'm going to be showing you how I made this notebook. So this is just untreated natural leather. I purchased this from the Tandy Leather Factory. I'll have links down below to everything that I've used. But this is one that I made for my for like my Hobonichi, and I want to make one a little bit smaller that'll fit. This is a Moleskine the Volant journal. So I want I actually have one of these that I made. Now this is leather, double-sided. I sewed it all together, but I wanted it in this leather. This is actually going to be a gift for my mom's friend, who I love. She's an awesome lady. She's, I don't know, she's turning 60, so it's like a special birthday for her, and I wanted to make her something cute. And I know she's like really into writing and journaling and all that. And I actually don't think she has anything like this. So I was going to make her one of these and then like write a little something in the notebook, something really cute. So if you guys want to make this with me and do one yourselves, let's go. So let's move over to the table and I'll show you how to do all the steps. Alright, let's get to it. Okay guys, so let's get started. So the things that you're going to need for this are going to be, I use like a large plastic ruler. Of course you're going to need like cutting mat. And you're going to need, I like to use a rotary blade. And then these are the tools that you're going, this is, it's called the edge stitching groover. So this is so that you can get this groove around the notebook, and that helps you like make the line straight for when you're sewing. You don't really need it. You can kind of just draw a line in and then sew over it, but I think it's super handy. And then you're gonna need these are like the metal stamps, and these are how you're going to make the holes for when you're stitching. Then this is a punch set. You're going to use this to make the holes. I didn't use it for this notebook, but I'm going to use it to make these holes right here to run the string through. And of course you're going to need some needles, and you're going to need, this is waxed braided cord. And when you buy this, you have to make sure that you get the waxed version so that it goes through easily, like a lot easier when you're sewing. And then of course you're gonna need the string to run it across. And last but not least, the piece de resistance. I think I really like to say that because I think I said it 50 times today. It's gonna be the leather. And like I said, this is undyed just like natural hide leather, and this is from the Tandy Leather Factory. Most of these items that I purchased are from the Tandy Leather Factory, and I'll have links to all these items for where you can purchase them below. I know they don't have very many stores in the US, but they do have one or two in Southern California, which is where I am, and they're super handy. And this leather actually goes on sale quite frequently, and I suggest getting them when they're on sale because they're like half the price, and they're perfect for these notebooks. So let's get started. Oh, also I forgot, you're going to need some craft paper, or if you want you can draw on the back of the leather with like I use usually like a chalk pen or something, but if you want you can make a little pattern like this. Let me get all this stuff out of the way so I can show you guys how I did this. And I already pre-measured the size that I want. So we're going to want to do 12 inches across and then 8.4 inches in height. And then that's just gonna fold perfectly into like the perfect notebook to fit our moleskine. So let's get started on cutting out our fabric. Let me just move the camera over just a smidget. Now I have the, this is our stencil and I lined it up. This is already a straight line right here. So I'm just gonna put that along the edge as straight as I can. I actually think that I'm going to anchor it down with just some little clips like this, just so that it doesn't move, and I know that I'm going to get as straight of a line as possible. So this is going to be that's going to be our one straight edge right there, and we're just going to, like this little piece right here, like we're not going to care about that because we're going to cut that at the very, very end. So we're just going to, I probably don't have to explain this to you guys. You guys know what this is. So we're just gonna cut right here. Now I know you're supposed to use like a different kind of blade, I think, honestly, for this. But this is just the kind that I have handy. So that is what I'm gonna use. Okay, so there's that. And we're just going to do one more cut right along here. Let me lift this up so I don't cut by accident. Now when you first start using this leather, it's like super like tough, but the more that you use it, the softer and butterier. There you go, I didn't even need to use that. The softer and the softer it gets. So it's totally perfect for doing this. And you're gonna want something a little thicker when you do this. Okay, now that we got that leather piece out of the way, we're going to straighten this out. And this, I don't eyeball it, but I use the, I hope and pray that this is the straight side. This is our flat, straight side. And just gonna cut it. Cut off that little excess right there. Now let's see if this is straight. Sometimes it's hard to glean how straight it actually is. When it's like folding incessantly. So it's like just a little piece right there needs to get cut off. So I'll cut that right off right there. And there we go. A nice straight piece of leather. Now I think what I want to do is I want to make a pocket. Just like a little pocket that I could put inside here. And I kind of want to do like a rounded pocket. And I wanted to use like, I think I'm just going to use like this glass cup or glass plate like this, because I just want like a cute little pocket that goes like that. And I'm gonna I'm gonna use this extra random piece that I have right here to make it. And this is like the ugly piece of the leather anyway, like right here. So what I'm gonna do is I'm just gonna straighten this out. Just gonna cut this piece off where it's like kind of ugly, so that we'll have like a rounded side, because we want this part to be square and flush with the rest of the piece. Man, I think I need to change out my blade. I actually haven't changed this out in like a year. It's actually still pretty sharp. So see, now that we have this, just want to make sure that it's like nice and flush with this for when we sew it. So see, since we use the ruler, it's like nice and fits like perfectly against it. So that's good. Now this probably isn't how a professional would do it, but this is how I'm just going to DIY MacGyver it. And I think I want something about, like, what's great about this plate is that it's see-through, and you can kind of just, like, see what you're gonna do. Alright, we're just gonna try and do this like this and eyeball it. Now, this is a step you don't have to do if you don't want to. I just want to put a cute little pocket in there for her. And I'm just gonna go around here. Oh, perfect. Look how cute that is. Okay. So that's going to be super cute when we put this inside here. It's just going to be like that. Just a little pocket. Put some papers, whatnot, etc. Now, we will get rid of all this other stuff. And the first of these tools that we're going to use is this little stitching groover guy. Now, I've seen a lot of tutorials for how to do these online, like these traveler's notebooks, but this, I actually have not seen anything where the sides are stitched, so I kind of like went to the store. Now, this is going to be super fun, and then I asked the guy there how I would actually come, like actually do this little project. Doesn't look too even right there. Sorry about that, guys. So now we're going to use this tool. Now this is actually super easy to use. The only thing is, don't get too crazy once you get to the edges, because you're gonna want to make them meet up together right there, and you're not going to want to go over, or else you're going to have that line of demarcation that this causes. So how you're going to use this is you kind of just scrape it along here, and this, just see that line that it's making, and it's cutting that leather right there. So it's going to give you the perfect line to sew across. Alright, so bring this all the way to the end. Then on this, we're just going to want to go around. Oh, you're not even seeing me doing this. We're just going to go around and do this guy like so. And then he's gonna go inside like that. Super cute, super easy. So that's all you need this for. And then now that you have your line cut out, you're going to want to use the 3-prong. Now you're going to use the 2-prong for when like you get closer to the corners, but when you start off you can just use this. And I just like to start off in the corner. Oh my gosh, I totally forgot that you guys are also going to need a hammer. You're going to need this, like a rubber hammer or a regular hammer. And you're going to start off putting the, and be careful, these are really, really sharp. These are actually considered knives, so be careful. You're going to put this where these lines meet right there, and that's going to be where you start. Now, sorry for the loudness. I'm going to probably just mute it. And then you're going to go around and you're going to be making holes all around this. And I will be back with you once all those holes are made. Okay, so now I made one line right here. And then once you get to the very, let me zoom in a little more. Maybe it'll be easier for you to see this. But once you get to the corner, you're going to want to use the double prong. And you're going to go slowly across. And then once you get to that corner, just go like this. And it's okay if it's not the same as the rest of the lines, but you're going to want to get that corner. You're not really going to notice once it's done. Guys, now as you can see, we are almost to the very end. I just wanted to give you some tips too for doing this. Now when you make the holes, you're going to want to make sure you do a really good job making those holes, because that's going to make all the difference when you're sewing, especially with a thicker leather like this. If you're going to be using a thicker leather and the holes are not as good as they should be, or as deep as they should be, then you're going to have a hard time getting that string through. So you want to make sure that your holes are going all the way through and like you can actually see through those holes. And that should make it a lot easier for you when you are going to be sewing. So now we are all done doing the holes all around our notebook cover. And then now we're going to decide which side we want to be the front. I don't know, I think I kind of like this rustic side like that, or maybe this side. Maybe I'll just do this side like this, so there's less scratches on the front. Now this is just like, this is an this is like a more like a natural leather. It hasn't been like processed or anything. So it's gonna have like all these marks and demarcations, which I think gives your notebook like a nice like natural look. Plus I love this color, and it's gonna patina and age over time, and it's gonna get more of like a honey color. Now to do this, you're going to just put this along the edge of the notebook. You're going to want to make sure that it's really flush in there too, so that you get really good. Alright, so there we are. Now I'm just going to use some clips to hold this down while I make the initial holes. They're going to go around it. I'm going to start at the top. Now when you do this, you're just going to use the existing holes that are in here, so that when you sew, you're just going to sew through it. So you're just going to go through here, go through those existing holes, and just go around, and then just go all the way around your pocket. Okay, so now that we have all the holes cut out on both our leather case and then the pocket that's going to go right there, what I like to do is I like to use a bit of leather conditioner, and I use the Cadillac boot and shoe care, and I'm just going to go over the leather with it, and this is going to make it softer and nicer, and we'll just give it like a nice finish. So I'm just going to go over this, and don't worry about the discoloration. It's going to dry up and you're not even going to see it. Let's go around. You don't have to do it like super evenly, just make sure to get all the spots. And then see, it's already like drying up before your eyes, and that is just going away. And this is just giving the leather some life, since this is undyed and untreated. So this is like just like your skin, you're just putting some lotion in it, making it softer and giving it back some of its vitality. Pocket. Alright. And it already feels so much softer already, and after doing that quick little step right there with the leather lotion. And now we're going to sew. And we're gonna do what is it called? Like the double sewing technique. I will have the name of what it is called down below, but I'll show you how to string this and how much string you're gonna be using for this entire piece. Okay, now to measure how much string you're going to need to go around this, it's gonna be 3 times the area. So what I like to do is I just unravel the string a little, and I go 1, 2, and then 1, 2. Now that's completely going around once. And then I just measure it out 2 more times. So that's 1, and then 2. Now I find that this is like the best way to measure out how much string you're going to use. You're not going to be measuring out too much. You're not going to be wasting too much string. But it leaves you just enough to still be able to finish it up comfortably. So once you have that, you're going to find your 2 ends. Oops. And on each end, you're going to attach a needle. So you're going to get 2 needles. And this is a little trick that the man at the leather factory taught me. You're going to get the string like this. You're going to flatten it with your nail just by like holding it down and taut like this. So you're essentially flattening it. And then now it's going to go through a lot easier. Like that. And then once you have this piece like this, all you do is you go in like this and you sew through. You put the needle through the 2 pieces of string that you're going back in on. I don't know if you guys can see that. I'm trying to get it to focus on me. But you're gonna put it like that. And like that. So then it ties in on itself right there. And then you're all good. This is not gonna move. So let me show you how to do that again one more time. So you're going to get your string and you're going to flatten it like that. Then you're gonna insert it into the eye of the needle. You're gonna pull it through. Then you're just gonna insert your needle into the back of the thread. You're gonna pull it through, and bam. Now this is gonna stay taut the whole entire time you're gonna be sewing. So now you're gonna pick a point where you're going to be starting off. I usually like to start in the back because that's where you're going to be overlapping a little bit, so you're going to have like that little inconsistency in the stitching, and it's not going to be so obvious. So I'm just going to start back here in the back corner, and just going to put the needle in through once, like that. You're going to pull it through, and you're just going to pull it even with the other string, so that you have an even length in between the two pieces. And then now what you're going to do is you're going to get this top string right here with the needle. Let me move in closer so you guys can see this. Okay, so you're going to sew in right here. It's going to come out the other end like that, and you're just going to pull it all the way through. And then you're going to get this other needle, which is attached to this string right here, and you're going to put it through the hole right there, and that's going to be your first double stitch. There you go. And then now you have the two strings coming out right here, one here and then one in the back, and you're just gonna repeat this motion throughout the whole thing. So there you see I go sew through right there on one side, and the other side we'll go back through. And sometimes if you're having a hard time getting it through the holes, you might want to go back and remake your holes a little wider, or you can actually just use some pliers, which helps a lot as well. So I'm gonna go ahead and finish this side, and I'll be back with you guys momentarily. Okay guys, now we got to this part where we are going to be attaching the pocket to this side. So as you can see, I finished going all the way around, making our way to the pocket. Now this is really easy. All you have to do is connect the pocket like so normally, and you're just gonna sew it like I was showing you already. Just go through all the holes and make sure that it connects. And I know this is like a really tedious process. You don't have to do this sewing embroidery thing, but I love the look of it like this. And y'all probably have already broken your fingers trying to sew this. I know how hard it is. I just pulled the needle off. Put it back on really quick. But yeah, this is kind of a tedious process. It will take you some time. The first time that I did this project, it took me hours to sew the first time. But again, like I said, if you want to save yourself time, the best way is to make sure that you do your holes really well when you punch them in. Make sure that the holes go all the way through. So there you see, that's the first, those are the first stitches that you're going to use to connect it. I don't know if you guys can actually see that, but see how that's connected right there. It's already in. So you're just going to sew along just like normal, but just make sure that you go through all the same holes. And make sure to do this nice and tight. So pull that string tightly through just to make sure that the pocket is on there nice and securely. And what's really great about the waxed string is that it's kind of like a glue. And then if you want if you want it to bond even stronger, see sometimes especially when you're like halfway through this project like we are now, it gets really hard to sew through these holes with your fingers. In which case I start using our trusty pliers. Any pliers will do. But there you go. So we are stitching through this. We're making our way around. This is probably going to be the hardest part where you're sewing together two pieces of the leather. This is just because there's more friction caused by the leather when you're going through. And it's harder to get that needle through there. These are the times that I wish I had a sewing machine that can sew through thick leather like this. Yeah, there we go. And we're going to be making our way around. I'll be back. Okay guys, so now we are down to the very, very end. I'm going to show you how to close up the piece. So we have a couple more stitches to go. Just going to complete these. And you know, like when you hand stitch these, you just like get to a point where you're like, oh my god, my hands are gonna fall off. So having pliers is a really, really good idea. So what you're gonna want to do is, it's really easy. You're just gonna go over, like over stitch the part that you've already stitched before. So we're going this way and we're going to go back this way. And sometimes this is really hard because the holes are already filled. But this is what makes this is what makes the string stay. Now because this is like the waxed string, like I said, like the wax like glues itself to each other. And keeps it nice and tight. So just gonna go over a couple extra stitches. And then we'll just be able to snip off the excess string. This part is like, this is like what's a little hard about this, is like closing and doing these last couple stitches. But after this you'll be done and you won't have to worry about it. And I think that's good. So we're just gonna get a pair of scissors. Looking for my little shears and I cannot find them. Where did they go? Oh, here they are. And you're just gonna cut as tight as possible to the bottom, like that. And now what you can actually do to keep it, to make it even better, is to just do that. And this will keep, this is gonna keep the stitching like stuck together. So it kind of just like sticks it together. And that is the hard part, actually. So now all we have to do is attach the string to this. I probably should have done one pocket, but I mean 2 pockets, but whatever. It's fine. So see, now it's all set. And we'll just do these holes, and I'll show you how to do that right now. Okay, so now we are going to put in the 3 holes to run the, what do they call, the string through. So I'm going to just use this ruler. And I'm going to try and zoom this up so you guys can see it way better. Now, as you can see right here, I'm just going to line this up. And I'm going to go 1, 2, 3. So I think that's like 3 centimeters. And I already pre-marked, so you're going to do one hole in the middle. Right here. Hold on 1 second. Let me make sure everything is straight and right. Okay. So one right there. We're going to go right there. And then right there. And then we're just going to do the same all the way on the bottom of the booklet. And my god, I'm like having so much trouble doing this right now. It's ridiculous. Okay. 1, 2, 3. Now, it doesn't matter like what you mark it with, because honestly you're gonna be cutting a hole out of that anyway. So let me zoom back out. And then we're gonna use, this is that hole punching kit, the mini punch kit set. And you're gonna probably want to use this size, which I believe is a 2.5 millimeter. Is it? Yes, I believe it is. And this is cool. You're just gonna screw this in right here. You get a trusty hammer. You're just gonna put it in, or right on top of the hole. Hope you guys can see that. Oops. Went a little crazy. Okay, hold on a second. This is not working out for me. Let's use another mat right there. Alright. And so now that we have our hole, sorry, I had to like punch the holes on the floor using the mat. I don't know, for some reason it didn't want to work on the table. So now we're just gonna get our ruler, and we're going to measure the middle between these 2 holes, and we're gonna do another hole right there. So you can kind of just eyeball it. It's not like the most important thing to get it right in the middle, because this is just gonna be the loop that goes around. But we'll say it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So 9 divided by 2 is going to be 4.5. So 1, 2, 3, 4.5. It's gonna be right there. So we're just gonna put a hole right in that middle area. Let me try this on the table one more time and see if it works. Otherwise, I'm gonna have to just make the hole punch on the floor. Yeah, it doesn't want to do it. I'll be right back. I think it's something about the table. It's like, I don't know, too soft or not solid enough, but it goes right through when I do it on the floor. So what's cool, like the little leather pieces, they just go in right here, and then they pop out right here once it's full, so you don't have to like really do anything about it. Oh, here are some pieces that I did before, so they just pop out like little holes, little circles. Okay, I'm so sorry about that. I ran out of film, but excuse me. So I went in through this main hole, went out the back, went down here into this hole, went around there. Now I'm just going to go back into this main hole right here and try to push my way through to the other side. I feel like I'm going to have to use something to push it through. Okay, it doesn't want to go. Try not to cut yourself while you're doing this. Yes! Yes! Okay, now what do I do? I feel like I didn't cut enough string. So again, through this back hole, I feel like, there we go. I feel like I don't have enough string. And then through this hole right here, I'm gonna come through, and then we're gonna come through this little middle hole again, right here. And hopefully I can get this through here. It doesn't want to go, it's being difficult. Come on, you know you want to. Yes, I got your little fibrous. Oh, I just have one piece of her insides. Okay, come on. We can do it. Let's go. Yes! I'm just gonna pull that through, and then these two are gonna meet in the middle, and we are just gonna tie a little knot. When you do this, you'll probably want to use a little more string, because honestly this is a little difficult if you're not used to it, but there we go. So now that piece is all done, and you can snip it right there if you like. Then we can burn that piece later, but as you can see now, these are the strings that are gonna hold our notebooks. And we can just put a notebook in like that, and it'll be closed, like so. But now we want to just make a little closure, which is that hole right there in the middle. So we're gonna just want to get a little bit more string, and we want it to go around. So we'll do 2. It's gonna cut it, and then we're going to tie a little knot, like so. And you're just gonna try and push this through. Let me see if I can use these scissors. Just pull it through the other side. I recommend using like a pencil or something. Oh, here we go. I did have a pencil this whole time, and I was like risking my life using those little scissors. I guess the reason I was using those little scissors is because this is not working. Okay. Come on. Okay, I magically got it through. And now that it's all in, it's gonna snip that. Now I'm just gonna find the middle of my journal. And we'll run it through the string. And voila! We're all set. Now this, it will get softer. You just need to like roll it a little bit if you want, or just like through use, it's gonna get tons and tons softer. This is gonna patina to a beautiful golden brown over time, just from the oils of your hands and just touching it and moving it. So it's gonna give itself like this beautiful color, and I love it. So this is my DIY for how to make your own little traveler's notebook, including a little pocket. If you guys have any questions, please leave a comment down below. Let me know what you guys thought. Let me know if you guys have ever tried doing this. Let me know if you guys have any other tips or tricks for how to make one of these notebooks. And if you guys enjoy this, subscribe, like, comment. I really do appreciate it, and I hope you guys all have a fantastic rest of your day. Adios. Bye.